Watershed Discussion 2. I'm going to be going over some water quality data, permitting, and some bug data. For this discussion, I've narrowed down my scope from the first presentation. The first presentation was devoted to the Upper New River watershed. Now we're going to narrow it down to Mash Fork, which is a creek and Mercer. It drains into Camp Creek, inside of Camp Creek State Park. Camp Creek then drains into the Bluestone, and the Bluestone drains into the New River. So this is a headwater stream. It's also a reference stream for the state of West Virginia, which generally means that there are high scores in metrics thought to be indicative of high water quality. And as you see, here's a picture of the falls at Mash Fork. The bug data was pulled from the West Virginia Department of Environmental Protection. In their data, they had 13 collections ranging from 1999 to 2017. Of these, all the data, I calculated some averages, and these averages I'll share with you as a means to paint a picture of where the stream generally lies in terms of water quality based on these metrics. So the average WIPSKI scores range from 78 to 96. The average WIPSKI score from these collections is 89.77. Of these abundances, EPT makes up 78%, and the average chironomid abundance is 8.58%. So these are high scores for total taxa, EPT percentage, and WIPSKI scores. The low scores for chironomids. These suggest that the stream is in high health based on the bug data. And some water quality parameters that I thought were important. Again, these are averages. So specific conductance is 47.5 microsiemens per centimeter. pH is 6.93 standard units. Fecal coliform is 111.6 colonies per 100 milliliters, and the hardness is 20.5 milligrams per liter. Water containing calcium carbonate at concentrations below 60 milligrams per liter is generally considered as soft. So Mash Fork would be considered as a soft stream, as having soft water. These are some permits that are located in the watershed. Most of them are gas wells. Even when you see the coal mining companies listed, these are gas wells. There's also a little sewage permit where Mash Fork and Camp Creek converge. This is their wastewater treatment for the park. And from the waterfall down to where it drains into Camp Creek is considered a Tier 3 stream, and the entire stream is considered a trout stream. So you can see even in state parks we have extractive processes being permitted, and these they aren't any major operations. They aren't having a substantial impact on the stream. It would be interesting to go back and see before the permits were listed the data. I don't think there is enough to make any conclusions, but if we had data, or if it exists somewhere, it would be interesting to look at it just to see what impact these sites are having. They have to clear cut the forest, drill the well, so this has potential to cause some groundwater disturbance possibly. But again, based on the data that we have here, it's still listed as a reference stream, so these extractive processes aren't having a huge impact. Meanings for restoration. This being a reference stream, it's not in need of being restored. So it has minimal anthropogenic disturbance, making it a prime candidate for conservation. We need to keep these reference streams, especially in my mind, the headwater streams. We need to keep these, as anything listed as reference currently needs to be maintained. So further metrics need measured in order to adequately grade habitat and watershed. We need to look at some terrestrial processes. Further look at the sites where these wells are located, and also any infrastructure for the park needs to be looked at and what impacts those are having to the watershed. And I'll get into those in the next presentation. Thank you.